Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to Korean Atlanta Mentorship. And in this video, I'm going to talk about how most people are bad people, right? And this is kind of, I think if you had told me this a long time ago, um, I think I would have been really shocked, especially when I was 18 or 19. And I think one of the reasons I got really depressed when I was 18, 19, because I felt like I was just dealing with layers of deception like this weird stinky onion, and it's like, dude, everybody I grew up with that I've known for 10 plus years, are they corrupt scumbags, or is that what they're striving to be? Like, I don't understand. And then I get like really confused. Like, I wasn't like this holier than thou kid. In fact, I felt like everybody around me was more of one of those holier than thou kids, and I just want to stay home, watch The Simpsons, and play video games. But at the same time, I just thought, just from common sense, that you actually do things, you don't lie, cheat, and steal, or at least not intentionally, and you do things to help your family, your community, and it wouldn't just be this dog eat dog world, especially since I grew up in a rich neighborhood, right? I grew up in a rich neighborhood in Southern California. In fact, one of my friends back in high school, he used to take us to Vegas on free trips every 3 months or so, and his dad would pay for it. Right? It was awesome. It was one of the most exclusive hotels. And so I just came up with this mentality that, most people were not dog eat dog, right? I thought most people were just decent, honest, hardworking people. And it turns out, and this is probably why I got really depressed, just because, um, especially at the 18, 19-year-old mark, I just could not find one single person who was just like straight down to earth, said what they're gonna do. And one of the things that you kind of notice about people, especially at that college age, and this is why I would never hang around with college students, is that they're very judgmental and they're looking for an excuse to tear you down, right? And I think for many years I just didn't make a lot of money because I was just in that environment, and I just didn't have that dog eat dog personality. It's just not in me, right? Like, I'm not that type of person. In fact, if you know a little bit about me, and some people have actually said this to me on Zoom calls, I'm very consistent. Like, I'm very consistent. And that the reason I'm consistent is because I'm too lazy to be two-faced. Like, I've seen some really two-faced stuff, even in like this past week, where it's like, holy, like, I cannot believe that happened. And I've seen people taking advantage of, and I'm just like, throughout the entirety of my life, I've never been able to be two-faced just because maybe I'm just way too lazy for it. Like, that's the reason why I think I'm honest. But here's the thing. I'm just telling my experiences, right? The reason why I think most people are not good people is because they love the money and they use the people. And it has to be the other way around. You got to use the money and love the people. And one of the things that you'll understand, especially if you don't have money right now, this is not going to make sense to you, is that money is essentially an amplifier, right? So if you're a greedy, selfish person and you're giving $1 million, guess what? You're going to do greedy, selfish things. Same thing if you're a good, kind-hearted, and caring person. If you're a good, kind-hearted, caring person without money, and somebody gives you $1 million, then you're a good, kind-hearted, caring person with money. It just becomes amplified, right? And one of the things that I did not understand about money is that most people, especially when you make more money, you kind of get to see through the veil. Most people will, if you're starting out in life, will use the fact that you have no money as a reason to mistreat you, right? And so in their mind, and this is their agenda, and this is going to be a little bit hard for me to explain just because I don't know if they're doing it consciously or unconsciously. And sometimes when you read books like the 48 Laws of Power, you're thinking, what's up with this society that we live in, where it seems like every single effing thing that we do is a giant scam, from college to jobs to work, to Amazon.com. I don't know. Almost everything seems like a scam, right? Social Security. And it's like, what the heck is this? And one of the other things that, again, I'm going to emphasize is that we live in this dog eat dog society where people are going to use something that they feel that you lack against you in order to keep you down. So a lot of people in this society don't have money, right? Or a lot of people are broke paycheck to paycheck, right? And I was always wondering, when I was broke, making 20 grand a year, why aren't there other people who, if we're in the same predicament, trying to get out of this hole together? Let's mastermind. Let's learn and grow together. And what happens is that if you tell the world, like, "Hey, I'm struggling, I'm broke," guess what? People are going to attack you. They're like, huh, "You're broke? That's weird." And then you find out that they're broke too, right? That's like the crazy thing. And so people will use your lack of money as an excuse to mistreat you. And if it's not a lack of money, it'll be something else, right? And so if you ever get to a point where you actually solve the money problem, right? You solve the money problem. You realize most people are just bad people because now they're going to find something else another reason to hate on you rather than learn and grow together with you. And the reason I said is I still have not found too many people, right? I mean, there's very few people. I'm not saying none at all, but I'm just saying there's very few people in my life who want to learn with me, right? A lot of it is just I just want to take, and give you nothing back. And this reminds me of my prospect tenants of rental house, who just gave me that attitude. I was like, I'm not going to rent to you, right? You ever notice that a lot of people are like that? Like they feel like they gotta take, and give you nothing in return, and you're like, what the f, right? But here's the other thing. So here's like the kicker of what happens when you actually start to make too much money is that people will hate you for doing too well and surpassing them. So the reason why I talk about how people are two-faced is because they'll be like criticizing you because like you don't have that much money and then use that as a reason to mistreat you. And then once you finally learn how to dig yourself out of that hole, then they're gonna hate you again for doing too well and surpassing them, right? It's crazy how people are. So it's almost like this is a no-win society, right? And this is why I say that money is an amplifier because you may have been a good person from the very beginning, and then you may have gotten $1 million today, and you'll notice that you are still the exact same person. Maybe you'll get a little bit of high from getting that money from for I don't know, even a couple days, weeks, or even a couple months. But after that, it's just gonna the excitement is gonna fade away, and you'll realize, man, people still suck, right? That's kind of like the revelation that you will have is that everybody you're gonna still stay the same person. Other people will stay the same. So if you're a good-hearted person, you will still stay a good-hearted person. And then, other people, if they suck, guess what? You get $1 million tomorrow, they will still suck, right? They're not magically gonna get better, right? And that's just kind of sad about peeling of the onion and seeing what two-faced and frauds a lot of people are. It's I don't even know where to start, to be honest. Like what like eh, I really thought as a kid that the people in my life who were my teachers, mentors, adults, parents, whoever, they really wanted the best for me, right? That's why they made me go to school or made me go to college. And you can see that for whatever reason, we're sacrificing our young with no clear benefit. And that's the other thing too. Like there doesn't seem to be an end game to most people's plans. It's like I'm just gonna scam. I'd rather steal $1 from you than make $1 million with you because that's just how my mode or mind works or how my economy works, right? I have instead of providing value, I'm gonna steal $1 from you, then make you $1 million with you. Kind of sad, but yeah. So it's just be aware that the reason I'm making this video is just to let you know that making money, a lot of money, is not going to change your life. Not to the point that you think it will if you don't have any money. But once you start to make a lot of money, that's when you get to see the two-faced nature of society. If you're a good person, and you have to be a strong and good person because if you just try to do what's right, many times people will notice that and you'll become a targeted individual, right? Just like those whistleblowers that I showed you in a previous video that I made, right? Evil people don't like to be exposed. So they think that they're going to bring you down for the most part, but they, you know, that's why you become a target. All right. Well, hopefully I didn't ramble on and on about this, but again, this is Korean Atlanta mentorship, so it's just a quick commentary. I don't know. Right now it's really late, almost 12 p.m., but I might crank out another video before I go to bed if I'm not way too sleepy. But other than that, have a good night. And we're almost reaching 2,000 subs. Woohoo. Also, if you're interested in joining our group, learning about financial literacy and real estate investing, go ahead and click the Google form link below. If you're interested in joining our group. All right, other than that, have a great day. Good night.